What timeline metric would best encapsulate this goal? It is not the number of active users shopping on the site. The metric doesn't measure whether buyers are actually finding what they want and at the right price. How about the number of active buyers? While that and similar buyer side metric can tell us whether users are finding what they want at the right price, they cannot address the unique selection criteria of eBay's mission statement. Maybe a seller side metric would work. How about the number of sellers? This metric can be helpful, but it doesn't measure the inventory sellers are listing. How about the number of listings? That metric doesn't tell us whether the listings are unique or whether the inventory is selling. Ideally, the metric we choose would measure the number of unique items sold. A larger number would suggest buyers are likely getting what they want and at the right price. Therefore, the right metric in this case would be the market share of the sale of unique selections. However, this metric is complex and difficult to define, measure, and grow. Instead, eBay chose as their timeline metric gross merchandise volume, or the total value of merchandise sold over a period of time. While this metric measures value to users, it does not guarantee unique selection. Nevertheless, it captures much of the spirit of eBay's vision and mission. Picking the right metric can be as much art as it is science. Some additional guidance on choosing a timeline metric for your company. Do not pick more than one metric. A single metric that matters is unifying and will enable you set priorities across your entire organization. While it may not tempting to track everything and choose multiple metrics, this is wise. Many metrics correlated with one another. They may help move the timeline metric, but can become unimportant and distracting when measured on their own. The more metric goals you have, the more complicated it is to weight them all and make trade-offs against them. Keep it simple. Avoid vanity and non-actionable metrics. For example, the number of likes your company gets on social media generally isn't correlated with business results or customer success. When choosing between multiple metrics, pick the simplest measurable metric you can move. For example, if your number of advertisers is correlated with your revenue and the number of advertisers is easier to measure and move, choose the number of advertisers. You can always establish an exchange rate to determine the impact from one metric to another. Likewise, if you're ultimately interested in a metric that has a low sample size or takes a long time to measure, consider instead choosing a correlated metric to measure.